2 days since the stampede in Bengaluru, the cover-up continues. It's as brazen as it gets. Since the Wednesday tragedy, we've seen a crackdown on police officials. We've seen a crackdown on RCB, on the KSCA, the Karnataka State Cricket Association. What's missing in that list? The government. In their elaborate attempt to protect themselves, pretend like they're cracking down, the government has taken action against everyone but their own. So don't be fooled by this action. It's all convenient steps taken by the government based on who's in aid, who isn't, based on who's dispensable and who isn't. Let's be very clear that the ones who should be facing the heat, there's no action against. Who am I talking about? The number one question which we've been asking since the stampede broke out. Who in the government bypassed police advice and said no matter what, the event must happen on Wednesday? There's no answers on who did this, let alone any hint of action against them. Second, the insensitive government ministers who beamed, laughed on stage right after stampede. I'm talking about DK Shivakumar too. Nothing against any of them. The brazen cover-up has been exposed. Essentially, everyone but the government is responsible is the messaging here. And while the crackdown against the likes of RCB is welcome, it needed to be done. But they cannot be used as a shield, which is what's happening right now. We won't forget that the government too very much was responsible for these lapses that led to the stampede. Any attempt to hide that will be called out. Here's a report with the latest updates.
Heads have started to roll in the Bengaluru Stampede case. The Siddaramaiah government has suspended top police officers, including Bengaluru Police Commissioner B. Dayananda, for negligence and acting irresponsibly. Simant Kumar Singh has taken charge as the new police commissioner. The police have arrested RCB marketing head Nikhil Sosale and detained 3 officials of event management firm DNA. Sosale was taken into custody at the Bengaluru airport when he was reportedly flying out to Dubai. Nikhil has now moved the High Court against his arrest. Among the arrested is also the VP of the event management company, DNA, Sunil Matthew. The accused were taken for medical examination.
Our teams are going around and not only arresting, we are looking into the various angles because FIR has been registered in Common Park Police Station. Different teams are working at different stages, so I cannot comment on the details. But subsequently, the case will go to CID, so we are progressing in that.
2 office bearers of the Karnataka State Cricket Association are absconding. A search is on to nab them. The Karnataka cricket body has blamed the state government for the RCB victory celebrations that led to the stampede. In a petition filed in the High Court, the KSCA clarified the decision to hold the felicitation was taken by the government and an event was conducted at the Vidhana Sauda. Distancing itself from the stampede, the KSCA stated it had no role in organizing the celebrations and held the government, RCB and event organizers responsible for the lapses. Meanwhile, politics has peaked over the incident with the CM and BJP taking on each other.
To escape from court, that's why they suspended commissioner. What is the fault in this incident, commissioner? He is not a owner of the celebration. He is not requested the celebration. Requested by the government. Done by the government and RCB. This is illegal. I condemn this.
ಇವರು ರಾಜಕೀಯಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಮೇಲ್ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ.
Karnataka government has also shunted political secretary to Chief Minister Govind Raj, as well as Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner and Assistant Commissioner and Police Inspector of Common Park Police Station. BJP calls that they have been made scapegoat and there should be ministers who should take onus and tender their resignation for this particular stampede. With the journalist Daniel Sagaraj reporting for India Today, Bengaluru.
Let's get your reaction coming in from the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, DK Shivakumar. Assuring justice, DK Shivakumar has also lashed out at the BJP. Remember, the BJP has been demanding the resignation of the CM, the Deputy CM. Now, DK Shivakumar has responded to these resignation calls, calling it nothing but politics and accusing the BJP of doing politics over dead bodies. Listen in to the Deputy Chief Minister.
He was asking for a judicial inquiry, the BJP. My Honorable Chief Minister was kind enough to announce a judicial inquiry. What we have found, what we have got internally, so action has been taken on some of them. Investigation is going on. The magistrate investigation, a judicial investigation, and again the cases has been referred to the COD. What more a government can do? The government has done its best to give justice and see that we will come out with a plan of action with such type of events in the future. They let the demand. I will not answer to all their these political answers now. They are trying to do politics on the dead bodies. We don't want to do politics. We never did earlier also. I'll come back to you on later.
Okay, let me bring in Sagaraj and Nagarjun Dwarkanath for the latest updates on this. Nagarjun, I'll come across to you first. We've seen, of course, multiple steps being taken in the last 24 hours to ensure accountability. But the challenge also, Naga, with that is that while you've seen, action against police officials, against the RCB, it seems almost like the government is immune to all of this. No ministers, none of them having to pay the price.
Well, that's absolutely true. At the end of the day, the decision was of the government to have the ceremony in Vidhan Saudha and permit the Chinnaswamy Stadium ceremony. There might be pressure from RCB, there might be social media pressure, there might be societal pressure. If the government felt that they were not ready to do it, the government should have put its foot down. Why was this half-baked decision and also dilly-dallying about the decision? The Bandobast security the details came in only by 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. is what we are told. It was quite late. And now police have been made the scapegoat is what BJP is alleging. Across the party, BJP and JDS have stood by all the 5 police officers, and we have seen hashtags trending in favor of the Bengaluru Police Commissioner saying, bring back Dayanand. And that's one angle that the BJP has picked up today. While the government is of an opinion that we have taken action against these 5 police officers because of dereliction of duty. They were on field, they were supposed to do the job, and it was not done, and hence 11 deaths happened. And we have acted against these people. And in fact, the Chief Minister went on to say this morning that the action has been taken because they were seen to have neglected their duties and dereliction of duty. BJP's demand was to take action, but not against the cops, but someone from the ministry as well. Home Minister DCM resignation has been demanded. Now we have heard DK Shivakumar himself saying that my CM has ordered a judicial inquiry and action has been taken.
Okay, Nagarjun, just stay with me and I'll bring in Saga in just a bit. There was another aspect to this, which is that we've exposed here on India Today how there were multiple warnings issued to the government and also notifications that there was such a massive event that was planned. So was the government simply napping through all of the advisories? Let's break that down for you. First, you had the State Cricket Board, which is the KSCA, the Karnataka State Cricket Association, shooting off a letter to the government on June 3rd, a day before this massive victory bash, saying that we want to hold this kind of an event. What did the government do about it? Absolutely nothing. They slept on that letter, which effectively means that they didn't do any preparatory steps. In 24 hours, they could have ensured backup personnel, they could have ensured reserve police is also brought in, they could have ensured proper cordoning off of areas and ensured proper locations were chosen. None of that happened. In fact, the State Cricket Board mentioned 2 events. They said very clearly that they would like one in Vidhan Saudha and the other in Chinnaswamy Stadium. If the government didn't have adequate personnel for it, adequate resources, they had to then immediately respond and shoot it down. Instead, again, they didn't act on that letter at all. There were even questions about whether the event is going to happen. The first time you heard of it was directly from the RCB. I will talk about the RCB in just a bit. There's another aspect here, which is that the cops also had cautioned against this victory parade happening right after the IPL final on Wednesday. They said push it to a weekend because you will also be seeing a lot of weekday traffic, so all of that craziness that will play out. So the cops said push it to a Sunday. The government said absolutely no. They ignored that warning. They in fact bypassed it. So here are the multiple instances of why the government must be held accountable. Till now, 2 days on, Sagai, while names have come in and the government has defended all the action they've taken against even senior police officials, we still don't know which minister gave that stamp of approval to go ahead and hold this event on a Wednesday, despite the cops' warning.
Absolutely, and in fact, the cops have warned them, stating that if you try to do immediately a day after the finals, it is going to be a Herculean task for them to control the crowd. And if you notice that people were partying till 3 o'clock, we reported the winning moment of Royal Challengers Bengaluru here in city, and we have seen that every single pub were celebrating, and everybody were on the road till 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Most of them continue their celebration, and everybody want to be near Chinnaswamy Stadium. That's how the momentum was carried forward. And what we also get to learn is government also want to encash that momentum, saying that they are with RCB. And immediately when RCB team have put out the message on the social media stating that there will be a celebration, government was on a back foot and they agreed for that, and they want to encash, and they also went with the flow. Remember, there are 4 people in this. According to FIR, it is 3: RCB, KSCA, and DNA network, and government is also a part to this, because anybody can organize any kind of event, whether it is RCB, DNA or anybody. Government just gives permission for the security, but government also is a body which grants permission to hold the rally or not. If government wants, they could have asked them to cancel it. They could have definitely said, RCB, you cannot celebrate, and they cannot go beyond government, because it is a body which grants you permission for go ahead and do anything. He is a principal of your schools or colleges. He is the ultimate person. But still, they have gone ahead and celebrated, and government was part of it. And now they try to wash their hands, stating that RCB is the organizer. They are the people who have gone ahead and did, and KSCA is a facilitator who accommodated them. So they are the people who have to take onus on this. And remember, RCB has outsourced to DNA Networks. They are the event managers and event organizer for every single event of RCB in Bengaluru. So they are trying to wash their hands, but the truth is quite evident that system has failed in the state.
No, very true. The system has clearly failed right now, and also the blatant cover-up is something that we'll expose here on India Today. Sagai, just stay with me. Let's just talk about who's faced the action so far from the Siddaramaiah government. We're calling them scapegoats, and that's for a reason, because each of these people, sure, have faced a crackdown. But as a front, they've been used as a front of sorts to ensure nobody from the government pays the price. First, which was the most shocking perhaps, is that the Commissioner of Police in Bengaluru, B. Dayananda, was suspended. And so that sent shockwaves through IPS associations. Many spoke out saying it's unfortunate that the Commissioner of Police has been punished for what happened, when it was the police themselves who had given that warning saying don't hold it on a Wednesday, push it to the weekend. That warning was ignored conveniently. Who ignored that warning, we don't have answers for, but instead the Commissioner of Police has been suspended. Then you have Vikas Kumar, the additional CP of West Zone, also suspended. Now the government has gone ahead and justified all of the suspensions of police officials. You have the DCP of Central Zone who was also suspended. Why? Because the government says that these steps were taken because the police simply weren't prepared. They didn't take adequate steps to ensure deployment or the right kind of crowd control that led to the stampede. So you have the DCP of the Central Zone, you have the ACP of Cubbon Park, which is where the Chinnaswamy Stadium falls. He's been suspended too. All of these top police officials have been essentially facing this crackdown. Then you have Hemant Nimbalkar, intelligence chief, again a very decorated officer who's been suspended. So that long list, and I've just listed out 5 of a very, very long list put out by the government of suspensions that have taken place. And besides that, there's also been action against a top official of the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Let's get you details of that as well, of Nikhil Susale. He's the one who essentially has been arrested. He is RCB's marketing and revenue head, has been in fact in the industry with RCB since 2012. So long association with Royal Challengers Bangalore. As far as charges against him go, he's been arrested under charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, as well as criminal negligence. Remember, there was an FIR registered with those very charges yesterday against the RCB, and that's why Nikhil Susale has been held and arrested from the airport. Now, there are multiple pictures of Sosale seen with Anushka Sharma at matches with Virat Kohli as well. He's in fact followed by Virat Kohli also on Instagram. They're known to be personal friends. His wife is reportedly a long-time friend of Anushka Sharma as well, which is why you see multiple pictures circulating right now of Sosale with the couple. Now, Nikhil Sosale was actually arrested at the Bengaluru airport. Cops claim that he was attempting to flee to Dubai. And this is what they've said on record in the court, to go ahead and say that that's why they took him into custody in this manner. And I'll bring in Nagarjuna also on this, on who exactly Nikhil Sosale is. Why has he been held accountable, Nagarjuna? You know, there are questions about the RCB's role. So this crackdown is welcome. But having said that, why Sosale?
Nikhil is the marketing head of the RCB, and the main reason why the police pinned on the blame on him was the social media post. At 7 a.m. on June 4th, RCB had posted about the victory parade without the consultation of the police, without consultation of the Chief Minister office or the government. And they also decided, the RCB team had decided the start point as Vidhan Soda, the end point as Chinnaswamy Stadium for the victory parade. And this went viral within 8 a.m. It had garnered around 1,000 likes and more than 20,000 views had happened. By the end of the day, by 3 p.m., it had reached 1.6 million views, which means every phone in Bangalore city had this message of RCB having a victory parade, and that created the panic, and more people came. And then when the police started the investigation and went to the source of it, they realized that 7 a.m. tweet of RCB was the one which led to the chaos and led many people come towards the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Without the RCB tweet, the government is of an opinion that maybe a few less the people would have turned up at the stadium and Vidhan Soda, and hence Nikhil being the head of the marketing team, which social media also falls under him, and hence he's been arrested while flying to Mumbai at 4 a.m. from the Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru.
Nagarjuna, Sagai, I request you to stay with me. We're also getting in a news break. Let's cut across to that. Now, we have access to the Karnataka government's letter to the cricket body. This is a letter from June 4th, which sought proper arrangements. The Karnataka government, in its letter, this is to the KSCA, the Karnataka State Cricket Association, urged them to coordinate with the police department, saying since crowds will gather outside Vidhan Soda, prior approval must be obtained from the Commissioner of Police and other relevant bodies. So this is a letter that the Karnataka government had sent on June 4th, on the day when the stampede had occurred, on the day of the victory bash. Let me just take this across to Sagai and Naga for more details. Nagarjuna, what exactly does this establish? You know, the Vidhan Soda event, if I'm not wrong, was the government felicitation ceremony. So why was the government in that letter putting the onus essentially on the KSCA to ensure all coordination?
Because the government was just felicitating this event and providing the premises of Vidhan Soda for the KSCA and RCB team to coordinate, because they were bringing in the event hosts, the DNA partners. It was not the government choice of the event partners. If the government has chosen someone else, it would be onus would be on the government. DNA was chosen by RCB, and hence the government had told RCB and the Cricket Association that ensure you have adequate permission from the police department. Not just the police department, they said that critical installation, Vidhan Soda is a critical installation, so ensure there's CCTV cameras installed and every necessary step needs to be taken. In as simple as the barricades of the Vidhan Soda should be protected, the lawn has to be protected, ensure no fan jumps into the compound of Vidhan Soda. All these were mentioned in the letter to the Chinnaswamy Cricket Association or the Karnataka Cricket Association. Another letter accessed by India Today showing that the blame game between both Chinnaswamy Stadium Association, Cricket Association as well as the government. We in the morning accessed the letter that KSCA had written to the government asking that on June 4th we will have a celebration. Now we had accessed another letter from the government saying that RCB and KSCA together have to ensure they have enough permissions before they go ahead with any preparation. This clearly shows there was a miscommunication or a communication gap between the present dispensation and also the franchisee as well as the Cricket Association.
Okay, I'll bring in Sagai Raj also for more on this. Sagai, we've seen action against senior police officials, against the RCB. Has there also been action against the KSCA here? Because there are questions about their role also in lack of coordination, in also not providing adequate preps, adequate details to the police officials.
Absolutely, there is FIR registered against KSCA, two FIRs, one by Suamoto, which was been registered by Bengaluru police, and the other one is a survivor in the stampede who has labbed that there was no proper arrangement which has been made. Now the KSA, which has filed a petition in Karnataka High Court where they got a relief from the arrest. Remember, they were absconding, the police were looking for them from morning. By then they have knocked the doors of Karnataka High Court, and the hearing happened this afternoon, and the Karnataka High Court had given a relief to all these people till next hearing, and they cannot be arrested. And if you notice that in the hearing, we heard that how the KSCA council was working, where he has categorically mentioned that they were facilitators. They are the people who rent the ground for any kind of cricket matches because they are associated with the BCCI. And the RCB has took their ground on a rental basis, and they want to do a celebration. So they are trying to wash their hands, stating that it is RCB who took on a rental basis. They were managing the event. They were organizing the event. We just provided the space. We don't have any kind of connection. They should take care of the events. They should arrange the security, and they should approach Karnataka government to get the police. And they would try to wash their hands, saying that we are just facilitators. We have no role in the stampede. It is RCB and Karnataka government who should take care of the crowd, who should take care of the organizing the event.
That's the same script, that you're hearing from each side. RCB pinning the blame on the KSCA, the government, the KSCA on the government and RCB, the government on RCB and KSCA. And in this endless vicious circle, you essentially see everyone shunning blame. The government is in charge, which is why the government conveniently is calling the shots on who will be suspended, who there will be action against. RCB facing the whip right now, rightfully so. The Karnataka police, with some top officials of the Bengaluru police being suspended. But within the government, zero action that's been taken. And we're going to continue asking that question here on India Today. The Prime Minister today inaugurated the Chenab Bridge, a massive architectural marvel in Jammu and Kashmir. It's more than just steel and concrete. It's a symbol of ambition, resilience and unity. Earlier, Prime Minister unveiled this engineering marvel, and here's a look at the world's highest railway bridge, which is not only the gateway to Kashmir, but a milestone really in India's infra journey. Here's why.
An engineering marvel. The gateway to the Kashmir Valley. The world's highest railway bridge, the Chenab Bridge, is built at a cost of 1,400 crore rupees and stands tall over the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir's Riyasi district. Standing at 359 meters above the riverbed, the bridge is 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower and is a testament to India's engineering prowess.
After the 10 years of hard work, Chenab Railway Bridge is now ready to be dedicated to the nation. Right behind me, you can also see the engineering marvel railway track, which has been designed to give all-weather connectivity. You can see the space which has been given right under the railway track and also right adjacent to the track for the snow. Remember that if there is a heavy snowfall during that time also, there can be easy rail movement, train movement. For that, different technologies have been used here by the engineers.
Part of the ambitious Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla railway link, the bridge connects the Kashmir Valley to the rest of India. With scenic routes and faster travel, the Chenab Bridge is integral to not only the tourism of the valley, but also its security. With 36 tunnels spanning 119 kilometers, this rail link is more than just infrastructure. It's a lifeline set to revive local economies, open doors to tourism, and transform the way people move through the mountains.
If we talk about the feature of this bridge, there are 17 pillars on which this bridge is based. There are at least 25,000 metric ton steel which has been used to construct this bridge. This bridge can easily face any terror attack. At the same time, this bridge has been constructed in a manner that it can also easily face the 220 km/h high speed wind.
The Chenab Bridge isn't merely a feat of engineering, it's a bridge to the future. It connects not just land, but lives and hopes. Kashmir is now just a train ride away. With Piyush Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
And just imagine traveling on that bridge in a train. The views will be spectacular, breathtaking, and of course, the world's highest railway bridge. Here are some highlights of the Prime Minister's message to the nation once he inaugurated that bridge.
जम्मू कश्मीर के आप सभी लोगों को और आप सबसे नरेंद्र मोदी का वायदा है, मैं यहां विकास को रुकने नहीं दूंगा। यहां के नौजवानों को सपने पूरा करने से कोई भी बाधा अगर रुकावट बनती है तो उस बाधा को पहले मोदी का सामना करना पड़ेगा। साथियों, आज 6 जून है। याद कीजिए, 1 महीने पहले, ठीक 1 महीने पहले 6 मई की वो रात पाकिस्तान के आतंकियों पर कयामत बरसी थी। अब पाकिस्तान कभी भी ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का नाम सुनेगा तो उसे अपनी शर्मनाक शिकस्त याद आएगी। पाकिस्तानी फौज और आतंकियों ने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि भारत पाकिस्तान में सैकड़ों किलोमीटर अंदर जाकर के आतंकवादियों पर इस तरह वार करेगा। टूरिज्म से रोजगार मिलता है, टूरिज्म लोगों को जोड़ता है, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से हमारे पड़ोस का देश मानवता का विरोधी, मेलजोल का विरोधी, टूरिज्म का विरोधी, इतना ही नहीं, वो ऐसा देश है जो गरीब की रोजी रोटी का भी विरोधी है।
While travelling in the newly inaugurated Vande Bharat train from Katra to Srinagar, Prime Minister Modi also interacted with a few school students. That conversation is now out. Listen in.
अच्छा, काफी लोग हैं। वंदे भारत वाले तो सबके सब पहली बार होंगे।
जो हमसे टकराएगा वो चूर चूर हो जाएगा। इस मिट्टी को छूने वाला मिट्टी में मिल जाएगा। मैं घर घर में इनकलाब की आग लगाने आया हूँ। हे भारत के राम जगो, मैं तुम्हें जगाने आया हूँ।
वाह!
जो वंदे भारत है कटरा से बनिहाल तक चलेगी, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है और हमें मौका मिला यहाँ बैठने का। हमने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि हमारा ड्रीम पूरा होगा, आज वो पूरा होने जा रहा है।
सर, आपने इस कटरा की पावन भूमि को क्यों चुना कि आप इस वंदे भारत को इसी जगह?
बड़ा ऐसा है श्रीनगर तक, और हम बचपन से सुनते आए कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी, तो रेलवे से भी तो जुड़ना चाहिए ना। तो ये यहाँ का ग्रामीण लोग गाते हैं इस गीत को।
कश्मीरी सॉन्ग है। सर, जब आप छोटे होते थे तो आपके जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या था? आप क्या प्राप्त?
कोई लक्ष्य नहीं था, देश के लिए जीना बस, और कुछ नहीं।
सर, हम पढ़ने लगते हैं, हमें नींद आ जाती है। आप इतना काम करते हो देश के लिए, आपको नींद नहीं आती?
नींद तो
हमारे लिए अवेलेबल।
देखिए बेटा, नींद आना बुरा नहीं है। अभी जो विज्ञान कह रहा है कि कितना ही काम क्यों न हो, कितना ही तनाव क्यों न हो, लेकिन 6-7 घंटे सोना ही चाहिए और बहुत ही साउंड स्लीप होना चाहिए। तो स्लीप को कभी बुरा मत मानिए, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि क्लास में टीचर पढ़ा रही है और आप सो रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए।
सर, आपकी तरफ से 2 लाइन जो हम अपने लाइफ में उतार सके।
क्रिकेट के मैदान में क्रिकेट खेलते हैं तो बहुत लोग, कोई उधर से चिल्लाता है 4, कोई कहता है 6, प्लेयर क्या करता है, उस तरफ ध्यान नहीं देता है। जो अपना काम किया है वो तय करता है। आपने भी जीवन में एक बार तय करना चाहिए, मुझे ये काम करना है, बस उसी में लगे रहना चाहिए। फिर आज क्या हुआ, मम्मी ने ऐसा बोल दिया, टीचर ने ऐसा बोल दिया, उसने मेरे से फ़ोन नहीं किया, आज मुझे मोबाइल देखने, ऐसी चीज़ों में समय बर्बाद किए बिना जो कहा है, मन में तय किया है, बस उसी में खप जाओ।
हम हेजिटेट बहुत करते हैं, किसी से बोलने में हमें डर लगता है, उसे कम कैसे करें हम?
अगर मेरे साथ इतनी बात कर लेती हो तो फिर एजिटेशन काहे का है? ये तुम्हारे दिमाग में भर गया है।
सर, आपके सामने नहीं, क्योंकि हमें हमारे
अच्छा, मेरे से डर नहीं लगता है। घर में
एक्चुअली हमारे टीचर ने हमें सिखाया कि हमें आपसे फ्री होके बात करनी है।
तो वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, जिससे बात करो फ्री होके करो।
All right, we've got big breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Modi will be attending the G7 summit in Canada. Prime Minister Modi's confirmed the same on social media platform X with the message that he essentially received an invite from Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. I'll just read out for you the Prime Minister's post on X where he said, and I quote, "Glad to receive a call from Prime Minister Mark Carney of Canada, congratulated him on his recent election victory and thanked him for the invitation to the G7 summit later this month. As vibrant democracies bound by deep people-to-people ties, India and Canada will work together with renewed vigor, guided by mutual respect and shared interests. Look forward to our meeting at the summit." This comes after reports suggested that the Prime Minister would not be a part of the G7 summit. There were questions about whether Canada has refused an invite to India, but clearly in a sign that Canada is making an attempt to better ties with India. There has been a formal invite that's gone across, confirmed by the Prime Minister himself on social media, when he says he received that call from the Canadian Prime Minister and he says, "I look forward to our meeting at the summit." So confirmation now directly from Prime Minister Modi that he will be a part of the G7 summit in Canada later this month. Let's get our daily fact check. There's been a video doing the rounds on social media of a boat flipping over, and the claim is that this happened during an incident of rafting in Rishikesh of Uttarakhand. Is that true? Well, when we analyzed the video, we found that no, this didn't happen even in Rishikesh, that the video is originally from Bosnia. So there's been no tragedy that's played out during rafting in Rishikesh. Let's be very clear that that video that's been doing the rounds on social media, if you've seen it, is not from Rishikesh, but originally from Bosnia. Don't believe everything you see on social media, and here on India Today, we will continue getting you our daily fact check.